Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen and channel. So today I'm going to show you how to make salori or salori. Salori is a mixture between my pholourie mixture and dasheen bush bahgie is going to be added to it to make it into that saheena, but we're going to make it into the pholourie, like a pholourie ball. So it will be like a pholourie and a saheena in one. And we say salori here in the Caribbean. You can also do it with kale, and we say calori. So this is one bundle of dasheen bush bahgie, which has been washed and cut up, and I placed it in my food processor because I want this to be fine in my pholourie mixture. And I will run through the ingredients with you guys. So I have here my flour, and since it's usually 4 cups of flour to the pholourie, since it's the saheena today, the salori, I'm using flour till the top of my measuring cup. Also, I have yeast, I have baking powder, salt, tumeric or saffron as we say here, and brown sugar. And I also have here my mango, freshly picked mango from my tree, to do my condiments, my chutney, my mango chutney. So here I have bandanya that has been washed already, and I'm going to be using half and half because I'm going to be blending this in my blender. This pepper and garlic here will be going for my chutney together with half of the bandanya, and I'm going to peel and dice up these mangoes to go into the blender. And this pepper and garlic here is to grind with another half of the bandanya to go into my salori mixture. So let's get started with this. I'll show you, I'll include the mango chutney in the video as well too. I'll include my tamarind tree with the little bit of tamarind that is the chutney in my pholourie video. So, and just a little tip, this is going to be made with flour and the bahgie, the dasheen bush bahgie. If you like it a little bit on the grainy side, you're going to be using about 4 tablespoons of split pea powder. But I'm not putting any in mine today because I want it on the soft and fluffy side. But as I said, if you want it with a little body, go ahead and use 4 tablespoons of the split pea powder. It would not be as fluffy and light, but it all depends on your liking and your taste. So let's get starting with mixing the salori together. This is what the dasheen bush bahgie. I have it cut up here already, just a rough cut with the stems. And now I'm going to wash these and let it drain out, and then I'm going to put it in my food processor and just pulse it where I can get it chopped a little bit to go into my pholourie mixture, and it will be turned into a salori because it will be a saheena and a pholourie in one. So let's get started. I have my flour, will go in, and my salt, my brown sugar, my baking powder, my yeast, and my tumeric or saffron will go in. As I said, this is the same recipe as my pholourie recipe, and we're just going to give this a mix. There we go. And now we will add our chopped dasheen bush bahgie. So I'm starting up with half, or a little more than half. And I have here my grinded green seasoning. So I'm going in with most of the chunky part. There we go. If we need any more, we will use again. So now we will add our water. And give this a good mix. And leave it for a couple hours to raise, or to let, as I said, to let that yeast ferment up a little bit. The longer you leave it to raise, the better and softer and fluffy little balls you will get. If you're mixing it and you want to use it in a quick time, half an hour, leave it for at least half of an hour to raise, to let that yeast do its magic. So as I said, you can put how much bahgie you want or you like. For me, it's looking good now. If you want it with a lot of bahgie, then use the whole bundle. But nothing much didn't remain back here. It's just this little bit. I will put it in the freezer into a little Ziploc bag and have it for next time to use. And that's all there is to this mixture. And that's it. Now if you find it's looking like less of the seasoning mixture, you can go ahead and add a little bit again to it. But that's not going to waste. That water there is going to go into my chutney. I'm going to show you guys how to put that chutney together. This has to cover it with a plastic wrap and a kitchen towel and leave it to raise. Now it's like 1 o'clock by me here, and I'm going to start to fry this maybe about 5 o'clock, just to give you an idea with the hours and the time it's going to leave to raise. So let's move on to the next step in the chutney while this will be rising. So I have my mango peeled. I just have to slice them and cube them up. And that's the Scotch bonnet pepper will be going in, 3 pimento peppers and some garlic. And I have here my bandanya. So just a little tip when making mango chutney. As you can see, I have one that is looking a little more yellow than these other two. This is going to be sour. This is more on the green side. And this one is more when it starts to turn. So if you don't like a sour chutney, then this is the way to go about doing it. If you like it on the sour side, then you have to use all looking like this, not this one. So let me get slicing up and I'll show you when it's blending. And you can clearly see the difference in the two mangoes. The more riper or fuller one and the more greener sour one. So let's get blending. So excuse the stains from around the blender mug, but that's when I blend my saffron to do my saffron tea. So we'll add our peppers first, our garlic, our bandanya, and our leftover water from when we blended to make our seasoning. In goes all of that, and some of our mangoes will go in. And our salt will go in. Now you're just going to put a little bit just to blend. You're going to taste after it's finished and adjust to suit. So good, smells so good. Okay guys, time to start frying up these salori balls. Remove your kitchen towel, remove your plastic wrap, and this is what your mixture is going to look like. You see all that bubbles it formed on top? That's the yeast did its magic. So all you have So all you have to do with this, take a spatula and just give it a slight mix, just for all that air to come out of the inside. Let it go back down. Raise from the bottom and pull back on top. And now it's time to fry up these. There we go, to fry up these. So let's move across to the stove. So you're going to take a tablespoon with a tablespoon, place it into your hands, and you're going to turn it and squeeze out. You're going to keep that spoon in your hands and just fix it back and squeeze out again. And your pholourie balls will float up to the top. So once your heat is heated properly, you can lower down your heat on medium to do this. You're going to let it come to a golden brown color. When you're putting it in your hands with the tablespoon, do it over the bowl with the mixture. And when you're fixing it back with the spoon in your hands, do it over the bowl with the mixture as well too. It's a little messy process, but all your pholourie balls will come out round and even. So I'm going to take out the brown ones. Have your tray with your paper towel. Right next to the stove, and just keep turning them so they will get a golden color, an even golden color. And continue. Take less than a tablespoon, place it in your hands and squeeze. Take a little more, put it, don't fill your spoon right up, and squeeze. So let me get the rest frying, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. When I made my pholourie, I made tamarind chutney to go with it, and today I'm making mango chutney to go with this. So I will include a little piece of my tamarind tree video in this video, and I will leave the link to the pholourie recipe in this video as well too. As I said, when you put your oil to heat, once that oil comes to temperature, before putting in these, you're going to lower it down to medium and let it take its time and cook.